right matter. Which matter are you here for?
Choi and Department of...
That's good. Then we can get rid of Mr. Boxall. Sit down, please.
Excellent, thank you.
Just got to do a couple of admin things.
For Choi? Yes, so we've got the interpreter for the applicant.
Thank you. Come forward if you like.
She's on the phone.
You have? Yes, I think so. That'll be good. Thank you.
Should listen to it?
Yeah.
Please sit down. I think Ms. Choi's just coming through onto the line now.
Oh, excellent. Yes.
And then when they go onto the record and formalise a few things.
Yep.
Because I just grabbed it. Okay, good.
Senior member, I've also sent through a request for the appearance of Timothy Long from Department of
I
Community.
saw that. Yes, thank you. So will he be ringing in or will we be ringing him?
I've got his telephone number, which I provide to the registry. He was the internal reviewer of the
Yeah, I think I saw the information
case.
on that. I did.
So it's really a matter for you, senior member.
I'm going to call him now. Just while we're waiting. Have you got that number handy? I did see it.
Yep.
Just not sure if I kept it handy.
So it's 8346 1776.
A second. I need to work out how to do this. Cool. 83.
8346 1776.
Hello, Tim speaking.
Hello, Tim. My name's Senior Member Malcolm Gracie. I'm just bear with me. I want to quickly add Ms. Choi, who's coming in on the line now.
Thank
All right. Is that Ms. Choi?
Yes, Senior Member Gracie. Hello?
Hello, Ms. Choi. Yes, you're correct. It is Member Gracie. I have here in front of me several people whose appearances I haven't yet taken because I was waiting to hear from you. But I also just want to confirm that I have Mr. Timothy
Long.
Long. Are you there, Mr. Long? Mr. Long, are you there now? Ms. Choi, you can still hear me though, can you?
Yes, I'm here.
Right, let me see where he's gone. Let's try that again. I'll just get his number again.
8346
Thank you.
1776.
Let's try this.
Hello, Tim speaking.
Oh, hi, Mr. Long. It's Malcolm Gracie again. Sorry about that. Just stand by and let me see if I can merge both calls.
That's all right. I'll leave the other one on hold for now then.
Just stay where you are.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I have both of you. All right, now, Ms. Choi, do I have you?
Hello, I'm Jay Choi.
Hello, Ms. Choi, you're there. And Mr. Long?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
Okay, now, I just want to confirm a couple of things before we start, now that I've got you both here. What I propose to do is to just confirm the matter number and name, and then I'll get the various participants to identify themselves here. Just to let you know that I'm here with the transcription monitor and myself sitting as the member. And this is in relation to the matter of Jae-hee Choi and the Secretary, Department of Communities and Justice. It's file number 2020-11594. This has been set down for a preliminary hearing under the Government Information Public Access Act 2009, or the GIPA Act as we'll refer to it. And present with me at the bar table is...
It's Miss Lee, L-E-E. I appear for the Department of Communities and Justice.
As a solicitor, Miss Lee?
I'm an open government officer.
Okay, thank you. And who else do we have here?
Mr. Nalapo, N-A-L-A-P-O, initial G, also a departmental officer, assisting Miss Lee.
N-A-L-A-P-O?
Yes.
Sorry, Mister. Can I have your spelling?
Yes, I'll give it to you if you like. It's Mr. G for golf, Nalapo, November, Alpha, Lima, Alpha, Papa, Oscar.
Sorry, I couldn't get. Senior member Gracie, have you organized a Korean interpreter?
Yes, why don't you just wait though until I go through the process?
Okay, so I couldn't hear the spelling. G.
His initial G, the surname is N-A-L-A-P-O.
Nalapo.
Correct.
Thank you.
And I also have here the interpreter. Could I have your name, please?
Hello, my name is Shi-In Lee, Korean interpreter for today from Language Services, New South Wales, Multicultural New South Wales, with vendor number 32004. 안녕하세요, 통역사예요.
Thank you.
이름이 뭐라고요?
이시인, Shi-In Lee.
And Madam Interpreter, would you take an oath or affirmation in relation to
Oath, please.
oath?
I think she would like to have my spelling of my name again.
All right.
이시인이고요. 스펠링은 S-H-I-N, N for Nelly. Surname is Lee, L-E-E.
한국님, 네, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. Could I ask then, Madam Interpreter, if you take an oath?
Oath, please.
After me, please. Okay. Please say, I do after I say these words. I swear by Almighty God that I will well and truly interpret the evidence that will be given and do all other matters and things that are required of me in this case to the best of my ability.
I do.
Thank you. All right. Now I'd like to get some details from you, if I may, Ms. Choi. You're in Korea at the moment?
지금 한국에 계시죠?
네.
Yes.
And are you on your own and in a private and comfortable place now?
지금 주변에 아무도 없고 혼자 계신 거예요? 얘기하기 편한 방에 있으세요?
코로나 바이러스 때문에 우리 애가 학교를 못 가가지고 잠시 좀 이렇게 괴롭힐 수도 있지만은 그래도 나쁘진 않아요.
Well, it's because of the coronavirus. My child couldn't go to school, so he or she might interfere every now and then, but it shouldn't be too bad.
I understand. Thank you. And also we have on the phone line, we have Mr. Timothy Long. And Mr. Long, could you introduce yourself, please, and provide your capacity in which you're participating today?
Hi, yes, thank you, Senior Member. My name is Long, L-O-N-G, initial T, Solicitor for the Department of Communities and Justice.
Thank you. Now, let's proceed with this. Ms. Choi, could I just ask for you to sit patiently for a minute while I seek the assistance of Ms. Lee and probably also Mr. Long, just in relation to the documents that are on the folder, on the file here. It's easier if I do it with them because they're sitting here with me, but I also want to make sure that you have the material to which I'm referring. So what I propose to do is to go through here now and just make sure that we've got the same documents, all right?
일단 먼저요. 이 시니어 멤버께서 받으신 서류가 있는데 그 서류를 미스 리하고 같이 대조해서 점검을 해보시겠대요. 빠짐없이 다 서로 똑같은 서류를 갖고 있나. 그러니까 하나하나 부르실 때 최재희 씨도 잘 보셔서 지금 이쪽에서 언급하고자 하는 서류들을 본인도 그런 문건들을 갖고 있나 같이 한번 확인해 보세요. 조용히.
good idea, senior member.
Thank you. Just before I do go on, Ms. Choi, it might be easier and facilitate things to get things moving a bit faster if perhaps we continue to communicate in English, but where you might have any difficulties or particular difficulties, we might then engage the interpreter. It sounds to me like your English is for at least this preliminary part of matters, this procedural part, excellent, and you could probably follow through things. It's only a formality at the moment to work out documents. Are you comfortable in dealing with that in English?
들으셨어요?
아니요.
무슨 말인지 이해 못하셨어요? 지금 시니어 멤버가 하신 말씀이 최재희 씨가 영어가 조금 되는 것 같아서 여태까지도 이렇게 커뮤니케이션 해보면 얼만큼 되는 것 같았으니까 지금 이렇게 서로 점검해보고 하는 이런 과정이라든가 일단 영어로 본인이 좀 듣고 있다가 본인이 못 알아듣겠는 부분만 얘기해 주시면 그 부분을 통역사가 도와주면 어떻겠냐고요. 어쨌든 지금 이 서류 점검하는 과정은 또 형식상 꼭 해야 되는 그냥 과정이기도 하거든요. 그냥. 어떠세요?
그러면 제가 필요할 때 그러면 스탑을 걸겠다고 말씀해 주세요.
So I'll probably stop the session when I think I need the help of the interpreter.
I think that's good. Look, I won't do that when we're in any difficult or contentious areas, but just for now, I just want to go through the file if we can.
그러니까 중요하거나 쟁점이 되는 부분에 대한 이야기를 할 때에는 그런 일이 없을 거지만 지금 이렇게 서류 점검하거나 하는 이런 부분은 굳이 일일이 통역을 하지 않아도 되지 않나 이렇게 생각하신대요.
네, 하여간에 제가 필요할 때는 스탑을 걸 테니까는 너무 너무 저한테 상처받지 말라고 전해주세요. 이렇게.
네? I hope a senior member doesn't get offended if I say stop, because I might have to say stop every now and then.
I would want you to do that. All right, let's start. The document which I have that is part of the application before me today is an administrative review application form filed on the 13th of January this year. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, senior member.
Thank you. And I understand, Ms. Choi, that there is a reference to 195 pages, and that should be 950 pages. Is that right?
950 pages?
On the application.
그 신청하시는 거가 그게 950페이지나 돼요? 분량이? 195페이지는 뭐고 950페이지는 뭐예요?
신청하는 게 저기 리스펀던트가 제공한 건 849페이지, 849페이지. 원래는 950페이지여야 되는데 849페이지밖에 신청을 안 했기 때문에
네.
그것이 리뷰를 한 이후예요.
The respondent only gave me 849 pages of it. So that's why I asked for this session.
All right, Ms. Choi, let's get back to basics. I don't want you to do anything right now except answer the questions I'm asking you. I don't want to hear your submission or your argument or your evidence. I asked a fairly simple matter. I just want you to tell me if that's yes or no.
지금 확인을 하는 과정에 불과하기 때문에 시니어 멤버가 물어볼 때 길게 본인이 해야 했던 얘기를 다 하시지 말고 물어보는 질문에 예 아니면 아니요 이렇게 단답형으로만 짧게 답해 주시면 되겠대요. 지금 현 단계에서는.
sorry.
Should it be 950 pages, not 195? Is that correct?
그러니까 195페이지가 아니라 950페이지를 원하셨던 거예요?
Thank you. Then I have also filed only on the 19th of March email material which you have sent, Ms. Choi, to the Tribunal, and I don't know if it's been received by the respondent, but it's a bundle of documents for preliminary hearing. received in the tribunal yesterday.
So, Senior Member, it was filed with the Tribunal on the 12th of March. There is a stamp on the front page. It was also emailed to the applicant on the 12th of March as well, and there was an email response from the applicant confirming receipt.
근데 뭐가 문제예요 지금?
She's asking what is the issue. She's asking me.
Well, you just sit and wait, all right?
좀 기다리시래요.
Because
지금 확인
the
중이니까.
issue at the moment is I want to make sure I have the documents that you all want to rely upon.
본인이 쓰고자 하는 문서를 지금 멤버께서 갖고 계신지 그거 확인하는 과정이래요.
아 그렇구나. 그래서 지금 뭘 갖고 있대요?
So what documents do you have, senior members?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just sit and listen.
그냥 잘 들으세요 일단.
You mentioned something on the, Ms. Lee, you mentioned something received on the 12th of March?
That is correct. That's the submissions of the respondent.
Is it called two table? Has it got to be heading two table?
Oh, this is the documents of the applicant. Yes, that's correct. That's filed by the applicant in the matter.
But my stamp is 19 March. That's why I'm wanting to make sure we've got it.
I've got a copy of it. It was emailed to the respondent on the 18th of March, and it starts off as 2
Okay, all right. So, Ms. Choi, thank you. I have your bundle of documents for the preliminary hearing, which has been received in the tribunal yesterday, and it comprises emails which you sent from Korea to Australia. It's been received by the department. Okay, thank you.
어제 이메일 보내주신 자료 잘 받았다고요.
Senior member,
예?
senior member, my main submission is 28, 2월 28일에 보낸 게 내 submission 메인이라고 전해주세요. 2월 28일.
My main submission was
이게 가장 중요한 거.
sent to the tribunal. 언제 보냈다고요? 2월?
So why don't you, Ms. Choi, please, just sit and wait, all right? If I don't refer to it, then tell me. Don't just jump in. The next document I have is the received on the 25th of February, headed applicant submissions. Is that right?
지금 본인이 말씀하신 거 그렇지 않아도 다음 순서 얘기하려고 했으니까 듣고 있다가 다 끝난 다음에도 본인이 보낸 문서가 있는데 언급이 안 된 게 있으면 그때 말씀하시래요. 미리 자꾸 끼워주시면 지금 진행이 자꾸 지연이 돼요.
sorry.
Just tell me yes or no.
2월 25일 날 서류, so what was the question?
Is the next document that I should have regard to a submission headed applicant submissions dated 25 February 2020?
다음번에 그럼 그 시니어 멤버가 언급하셔야 될 그 문건은 2020년 2월 25일자로 되어 있는 그 신청인이 그 서브미션 내신 거 그거 말하는 거 맞죠? 그런 자료도 있죠?
예, correct.
Thank you. Thank you. There is also some other material. I just want to check that we don't need it for today. There is something Ms. Choi sent on the 8th of February, and it relates, I think, only to the case conference listed on the 11th of February. Do we need that for today?
그리고 오늘은 취급을 하지 않게 될 거로 멤버는 생각하시는데, 그 최재희 씨가 2020년 2월 8일 보낸 2월 11일 날 있었던 케이스 컨퍼런스에 관한 자료래요. 그게 필요해요, 오늘?
2020년 2월 8일이요?
네, 2월 8일 날 최재희 씨가 보냈고, 그 내용은 2월 11일 케이스 컨퍼런스에 관한 거래요.
지금으로서는 안 필요하다고 생각을 해요.
Currently, I don't think I would rely on this.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you. I just want to make sure what we've got. And then I also have a copy, Ms. Choi sent today under cover of an email of the, it looks like a collection of materials. Some of it is a transcript of the telephone call. I'm not quite sure what it goes to, but there's some further material that you sent today at 20 to 2, 1:37 p.m. And you want to rely upon that today too, do you?
또 지금 갖고 계신 문서가 오늘 1시 40분에 보낸 자료가 또 있다면서요. 이메일로 여러 가지 다양한 자료를 모아서 보냈는데 뭐 전화 필사본도 있고 그런데 오늘 그 자료 이용하실 거예요? 오늘 얘기할 때 필요해요?
만약에 시니어 멤버 그레이시가 저를 벡세이셔스 리처건트로 보지 않는다면 필요가 없고
네,
만약에
잠깐만요.
시니어 멤버 그레이시
네.
만약에 시니어 멤버 그레이시가
네.
만약에 저를 벡세이셔스 리처건트로 볼 가능성이 있다면은 필요합니다.
If senior member decides today not to regard me as a vexation litigant, then I wouldn't have to use the materials that I sent you, but otherwise I might have to.
All right, that's okay. There's a possibility that we may need that. All right.
필요할 수도 있겠대요.
That helps. I have three main sets of documents which I need to consider today, received from you, Ms. Choi. And I might just check now with the respondent what documents it relies upon. I am looking firstly at material received in the Tribunal on the 12th of March, which is headed Legal Contentions of the Respondent.
Yes, that's correct, Senior Member.
And then there's a series of annexures and tabs and so forth. Is that all just the one document? The
Yes,
standalone document?
that's
Thank you.
correct.
There's nothing confidential in any of that, is there, that I need to have regard to by way of a closed session or confidential markings?
No, Senior Member.
Thank you. All right. And Ms. Choi, you have seen that document, have you, of the 12th of March 2020, filed by the respondent, headed Legal Contentions?
본인도 Legal Contentions라고 그 이름이 붙은 3월 12일 날 Respondent 측에서 접수시킨 자료 갖고 계세요?
네, yes.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
And just in terms of procedure, what brought the matter here today was, I think, some directions on, was it the 7th of February, which I saw? Anyone help me with that?
I believe the case conference was on the 11th of February this year.
Thank you. 11th February, case conference, and it was listed today exactly for what?
So the matter was listed by Senior Member McAteer. It was listed for a hearing of the application to extend time for administrative review.
And is that all?
That was what the orders...
Hang on, wait, Ms. Choi.
Sorry, Ms. Choi. So that was the orders of Senior Member McAteer from the 11th of February. However, the respondent does wish to raise another preliminary issue of the relitigation of the matter, as it has already been decided.
And is that what Ms. Choi was foreshadowing about the vexatious litigant? All right. But have you given her notice of that, have you?
Yes, in my submissions on the 12th of March and on the 11th of February, my colleague Ms. Chu had appeared on behalf of the respondent and also made those oral submissions to Senior Member McAteer.
All right. So what I had was a listing today at 2 p.m. for preliminary hearing in relation to what you have just said, Isley, but my understanding is that all that was foreshadowed on that occasion before the senior member McAteer was to file and rely upon for determination as to whether to extend the limitation period. Does your preliminary point arise out of that issue or something else?
It relates to the entire proceedings brought before the tribunal in the sense that this matter today, it was already heard by the tribunal on the 27th of November 2019.
The extension of time
The
issue.
extension of time issue on the respondent's notice of decision dated 4 July 2019.
Okay. Look, Ms. Choi, in the circumstances, I think it is better that I hear from Ms. Lee on her preliminary point, because if she's correct on that, then I don't need to hear from you. If I don't accept that submission, then I think we need to look further into your application. But just so that I do understand what Ms. Lee's submissions will be, can I just please confirm firstly with you, Ms. Choi, the following?
Senior member Gracie, could I say something?
No, I just want you to listen to me for a moment, all right? So now I've got to ask all that again because, Ms. Choi, you're not listening to me, okay? I'm running this and I need you to comply with the way I want to run it. And I run it in a particular way to be fair and to be efficient and deal with things in a logical order, not in the order in which you want to deal with them. So please show some forbearance and listen, and this will move much better if we all just participate and follow the rules that I'm setting. That's why I'm here. Otherwise there's no point in you being here. All right?
뭐라 그러세요?
So please listen.
She is asking you to interpret.
Sorry.
그렇게 자꾸 중간에 끼어드시면 이게 제대로 절차가 오늘 진행될 수가 없고 이 시니어 멤버께서 공정하고 효율적으로 오늘 이 순서를 진행을 하려면 또 논리적으로 진행을 하려면 최재희 씨를 비롯해서 여기 참석한 모든 사람들이 협조를 해주고 참을성 있게 잘 그 규칙을 지켜줘야 되기 때문에 중간에 자꾸 지금 시니어 멤버께서 하시려고 하는 과정에 방해가 되는 이야기를 툭툭 던지거나 뭘 물어보거나 답을 해야 될 때 답을 하지 않고 다른 얘기를 꺼내시거나 이렇게 하면은 자꾸 더뎌지고 이게 제대로 진행이 안 되니까 규칙을 꼭 지키시고 멤버가 이야기하라고 할 때에만 물어보는 걸 잘 들으시고 답을 잘 해주시면 고맙겠대요.
네, 제가 어시스트 한다고 전해주세요. 어시스트 한다고 전해주세요.
I will assist you as much as possible, senior member, today.
Just please just sit and listen then. For now, I just need to understand something which is not clear from the file.
그 파일상으로 확인해야 될 게 몇 가지가 있어서 그거 먼저 확인을 해보시겠대요.
Yes.
The document that I have, which brings the matter before me today, is a review application filed on the 13th of January in respect of a decision of which you were notified according to this form on the 5th of December.
뭐래요?
오늘 이 자리를 갖게 된 이유는 2019년 12월 5일 날 그 결정 내려지는 것에 대해서 지금 최재희 씨가 재심 신청을 1월 13일 날 했기 때문에 이런 자리가 생긴 거라고요.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. And the decision to which we refer, the decision to which you refer is the tribunal's decision in your matter, which required the respondent to provide you with 950 pages of documents on you paying $155, but that you only received 849 pages.
그런데 최재희 그 결정이라는 것은 이 트라이뷰널에서 결정을 내렸던 내용이 최재희 씨한테 리스폰던트가 950페이지의 문서를 제공을 해주고 최재희 씨는 리스폰던트한테 155불을 지급을 해라 이런 결정을 내렸었는데 최재희 씨가 받은 문서의 페이지 수가 849페이지밖에 안 되는 거여서요. 그렇죠?
그렇고 이유가 세 가지가 더 있다고 전해주세요. 그건 왜? 세
But
가지.
then other than that, senior member, there were three more reasons.
All right, let me just deal with this one at a time.
한 번에 하나씩 차례차례 하시죠.
Yes.
And you are seeking a review of that decision. Is that right?
그런데 그 결정 자체를 재심해달라고 원하신 거예요? 트라이브널에서 내린 결정 자체를 재심해달라고 요청하신 거냐고요?
그러니까 네, 2019년 12월 5일 결정을요.
Yes, that's right. Decision made by the tribunal on the 5th of December 2019
But
to review that decision.
but is your complaint that you didn't receive 950 pages?
근데 본인이 못마땅한 점은 950페이지를 다 받지 못했기 때문에 그 점이 못마땅한 거예요?
그 외에 세 가지가 더 있다고 전해주세요.
There are three more things that I'm not very happy with.
Is that though what you put in your application?
그래도 본인이 신청서에다가 쓴 내용은 그 950페이지를 다 못 받았다는 거였어요? 문서상으로 쓴 게?
그게 첫 번째 이유고 세 가지 이유가 더 있다고 전해주시고
There was the first reason, and then there were three more reasons.
Okay, I know you keep saying three more reasons. Just please focus on the question. Is that the first reason then?
그럼 잘 들으세요. 그 신청서상에 언급한 첫 번째 이유가 이거였어요? 950페이지가 다 안 왔다는 거?
Yes, correct. 맞아요.
Yes, correct, he says.
Right, so that's issue one, which I can see in the document. Just
잘 들리나요? 아니면은
Uh,
제 목소리가 잘
she's asking if I can hear her voice clearly.
왜냐면 안 들릴까봐.
I'm actually nearly screaming at the moment because I'm worried that people here might not hear me properly.
let's not worry about that. So that's ground one that I can see, which is set out in your application. Now, there is another statement that you've got which says, in addition, the public considerations applied are not necessary. Is that your ground two?
What consideration is not necessary?
Public considerations are not necessary.
그리고 두 번째 이유로 본인이 거기다 추가로 쓴 게 public consideration이라고 쓰셨어요. 그게 필요치 않다 이렇게 썼대는데 맞습니까? 두 번째 추가 이유로.
그게 세 번째 이유라고 전해주세요. 세 번째 이유.
That was the third reason on the list.
Stop talking about the other reasons. I'm asking you if that is one of the reasons.
그 public consideration 거기에 추가 이유가 맞긴 맞아요?
네, 맞습니다.
Yes, yes, correct.
추가 이유.
So is that the second ground that you have in your application for review?
그럼 아까 950페이지 말고 이게 또 이유가 두 번째로 되는 거네요. 이유 중에?
네, 이게 다른 이유죠.
Yes, this is another reason.
다른 이유.
And then is the third ground the last sentence in the document which says, confusingly, the information was released in bulk, not under the subpoints. Is that the third ground?
세 번째 이유가 혼란스러운 상태로 정보가 전달되었다. 그걸 마이크로 한꺼번에 안 주고 밑에 무슨 작은 거를 뭘 언급하려는 것처럼 그 정보가 구성되어 있는 그게 못마땅해서 혼란스러웠다. 그런 이유도 있었어요?
네, 그거는 네 번째 이유라고 전해주세요. 근데 선생님.
That was the fourth ground.
의견을 못하기 때문에.
Ms. Choi, listen. All you had to do was say yes or no to that. Is that the third ground? I haven't asked about a fourth ground or a fifth ground. Is that the third ground? Yes or no?
지금 말씀드리는 그 내용이 그라운드 중에 하나인 게 맞죠? 그러니까 우리가 첫 번째, 두 번째 말한 거 말고 지금 이게 세 번째로 그걸 꼽을 수 있는 거죠?
네, 맞습니다.
Yes.
근데 맞습니다. 근데 내가 너무 괴롭혔다 미안하다고 전해주세요.
누구를 괴롭혀요? Senior member, I find it very difficult to. She says, I apologize if I bothered someone, she doesn't say whom, too much with this.
You just interpret it the best you can.
Yes, that was my best.
Thank you. I understand. It is difficult. Ms. Choi, can I just explain to you that you're making this very difficult for everyone because all we want to know is your answer to my question. And the question is very simple. All I've wanted to do is to establish grounds 1, ground 2, and ground 3 so far of your application. And it's very simple for you to say, yes, that's the ground, or no, that's not the ground. Don't anticipate anymore and keep talking. Just go step by step, or we will be here forever.
그러니까 여기 잘 들리고 있으니까 너무 그렇게 크게 막 격정적으로 얘기 안 하셔도 저에게 잘 알아들을 수 있고요. 지금 이걸 잘 들으시고 간단한 질문들이니까 하나하나 들어보고 나서 지금 본인이 리뷰를 신청한 사유를 하나하나씩 꼽고 있는데 여태까지 3개 나왔어요. 그거 하나하나마다 사유를 언급하면 그게 맞다. 아니면 아니다. 요거만 간단하게 답해 주시면 돼요. 그걸 감정을 섞거나 다르게 부연 설명을 또 하시면 자꾸 지연이 돼요.
죄송합니다.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, don't apologise. Just follow the rules.
규칙만 잘 지키시래요.
Are there any other grounds? You just mentioned a 4th or something, but before that you said 3 grounds or 3 other grounds. How many grounds are there? 4?
아까 처음에 950페이지에 있을 때 그거 말고 이유가 3개 더 있다고 하셨는데 지금 시니어 멤버께서 꼽은 건 총 3개거든요. 그럼 또 하나는 뭐예요? 뭐가 더 있어요 또?
네. Not consistent between the schedule and the real information provided on 5th of December, year 2019.
All right. Now, I don't know how anyone else went, but I didn't understand that. All I want to know is there a 4th ground? Yes or no?
또 하나의 사유가 추가로 있으세요? 얘기를 해보세요. 무슨 말인지 영어로 하셨는데 못 알아들었어요. 아무도. 뭔데요 그게?
Sorry, yes, yes.
All right. Now, is it mentioned in the application form or is it something else?
그럼 신청 서식에 그 4번째 사유도 본인이 명시를 하셨어요. 영어로?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where is it? What is it in the application that's the 4th ground?
그 4번째 사유가 신청 서식에 어디에 써 있어요? 어느 부분을 말씀하시는 거예요?
잠시만 기다려달라고 전해줄게요.
Could you wait for 1 minute?
기다려달라고 전해줄게요. 제가
Is it, and maybe I've put these out of order, which has caused the confusion, I apologise, is it to do with the information is not congruent with the reasons?
Yes, yes. Congruent. 어, 그거예요. Congruent. Yes.
Yes, that's
Senior member.
another.
Gracie, congruent.
All right, so I've put them out of order. I'm sorry, I didn't realise that was a ground. So perhaps I'll do it this way and just say yes or no at the end of each. The
하나하나 들어보시고 예스인지 노인지만 말씀하세요.
first ground of your application concerns the fact that you received only 849 pages of the 950 pages the respondent said it would provide you. Is that correct? Yes or no?
하나하나 이제 첫 번째 거는 950페이지를 리스폰던트가 제공해주겠다고 하고 849페이지밖에 못 받았다. 그게 첫 번째 사유 맞죠?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. The second ground, and I'm sorry I had these out of order before, is that you say that the information which you received, that is the 849 pages, was not congruent with the reasons the respondent provided in its notice of decision.
그리고 받았다는 849페이지에 담아있는 정보 내용이 두 번째로는 본인이 그 받은 처우에 대해서 리스폰던트 측이 그 상관없는 별로 해당되지 않는 그런 정보를 849페이지 담아서 보냈다. 그게 두 번째 사유예요.
Oh, yes, sir. Congruent. Yes, sir.
Thank you. And by the words not congruent, do you mean they don't accord with or comply with something to that effect?
그 본인이 congruent란 말을 자꾸 쓰셨는데 그걸 어떤 의미로 쓰신 건데요?
아, 노티스 오브 디시전 스케줄하고 맞지 않는 인포메이션이라고.
It wasn't. it didn't have much to do with the notice of decision, the schedule of it.
Thank you. I understand that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the third one, again, I'm sorry, I had these out of order. The third one is that you say that public considerations that have been applied by the respondent, I guess, are not necessary. Is that the third ground?
Respondent 측에서 그 public considerations이라는 걸 적용을 했는데 그게 옳지 않다라고 말씀하신 게 세 번째예요.
옳지 않고
Thank you. That's all we need. It's very simple. Ms. Choi, very simple. Is that correct or not? Is that your third ground?
그게 사유가 그게 맞는가 아닌가만 말씀해 주시면 돼요. 그게 사유예요? 그것도 사유예요?
네.
Yes.
Thank you. And the fourth, just wait. And the fourth ground is that you said the information was released in bulk and not under subpoints, and that was some sort of confusion created by that.
정보를 너무 다량 그냥 확 던져줘서 조목조목 이렇게 예를 간략하게 해서 정보를 주지 않고 확 다 다량 많이 줬기 때문에 그게 혼란스럽다. 그게 또 네 번째 사유예요?
선생님 많이 줬다가 아니고 서브 포인트한테 서브 포인트 1 블라블라, 서브 포인트 2 블라블라, 서브 포인트 3 블라블라가 아니래가지고 제가 뭔 소린지.
Ms. Choi,
Yes.
Ms. Choi, just stop. I'm not even going to ask that to be interpreted. I just want to know your answer to that last question of mine. Are you saying that the fourth ground is that confusingly the information was released in bulk, not under the subpoints?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sorry, yes, sir.
Now look, can I just say that's very helpful. It would be more helpful if you could stay focused and we could just get through step by step. But so far I think that has been very helpful, for me at least. And now I want to ask Ms. Lee this question. Ms. Lee, did you understand that there are those four grounds to be relied upon?
I only understood the grounds that there was supposed to be 950 pages instead of 849, and also that public interest considerations are applied unnecessarily. I wasn't very clear on the other two grounds, Senior Member.
That's right. Well, I wasn't either, and there's no criticism from me about you not realising that. But at least in relation to grounds 1 and 2, your submissions were able to deal with those two grounds.
Yes.
But having now...
선생님 뭐래요?
She now wants me to interpret.
Okay.
일단 먼저 지금 미스 리라는 분하고 확인을 해봤어요. 그리고 최재현 씨도 여태까지 한 것처럼 차근차근 계속 주의력 흩뜨리지 말고 물어보는 것만 잘 듣고 얘기해 주시면 한 단계 한 단계 넘어갈 수 있대요. 그래서 지금 이 미스 리한테 최재현 씨가 원하는 그 재심을 원하는 그 사유들을 네 가지를 다 이해를 했느냐 하니까 이쪽 측에서는 디파트먼트 측에서는 950페이지를 못 받고 849페이지만 받은 거 그 점은 이해했고, 또 하나 그 Public Interest Consideration 관련해서 본인이 얘기한 거 그거 딱 두 가지만 이해를 하고 나머지 두 가지는 무슨 소리인지 몰라서 이번에 서브미션으로 제출할 때 포함된 건 그 두 가지에 대한 답변이래요.
네.
All right. Thank you. All right. Could I ask this, Ms. Lee, and ask Ms. Choi just to wait a while I discuss things with Ms. Lee for now? What is the reviewable decision as you understand it?
Senior Member, the last reviewable decision made by the respondent was on the 4th of July 2019. This is the only reviewable decision made by the respondent which would apply to the situation. I would also like to confirm that the respondent did not notify the applicant of any decision on the 5th of December 2019. That notice of decision is at tab A of my submissions, Senior Member.
선생님 너무 빨리 말해서 뭔 소리인지 못 들었다고 전해주세요. 미안하다고 전해주세요.
She spoke too quickly. I couldn't quite follow.
Can you just say that again slowly, Ms. Choi, please?
This choice?
Senior member, the last reviewable decision of the respondent in relation to the applicant was on the 4th of July 2019.
I'm sorry, that was Ms. Choi saying it to you, was it? I thought you were saying.
No. She's saying
I
Ms. Lee
apologize.
spoke too fast. I couldn't quite follow, so could you please
I'm
ask
sorry,
her to
Ms. Lee.
repeat?
I thought it was Ms. Choi speaking too fast. Oh dear. All right, thank you. Did you hear what Ms. Lee said then?
그럼 지금 얘기한 건 들으셨어요?
2018년 7월 4일까지 들었는데 그 다음에는 뭔
Yes, I heard up to the date 4th of July 2019. But after that, I just didn't get it.
Thank you. So this is before me today, Ms. Lee, because Senior Member McAteer referred it for preliminary hearing on whether or not extension time should be given in relation to the reviewable decision of 4 July.
Yes, senior member, that's correct. But I believe there might be some confusion given that the Tribunal's decision on 5 December 2019 was made by senior member Ransom.
Yes, okay, we'll come to that. So first, if I understand it, we've got whether extension time of the reviewable decision of 5 July, and that was
선생님,
and the application though refers to
안 들려요, 선생님.
which decision is being referred to in the application. Ms. Lee, can you help there? Is it the decision of 4 July?
Yes, that's what I understood the interpretation of the Tribunal member to be on the 11th of February based on the amended orders on 17 February. Sorry, it was the 13th of February.
Just go slow here because I need to follow this. I'm starting to get a little bit lost. You're saying that Senior Member McAteer's orders,
Yes, in relation to a decision of 4 July 2019.
that's all it referred to.
Yes.
And how is it that Ms. Choi has identified the date of the decision of the 5th of December then?
So what's happened in this case, senior member, I might provide some clarification here. The respondent made a internal review notice of decision on 4 July 2019. On 27 September 2019, the applicant filed an external review application to the Tribunal to review the decision of 4 July 2019. The matter was out of time, so Senior Member Ransom listed the matter for an application to extend time to seek an administrative review of the decision. Senior Member Ransom listed the matter for an application to extend time on the 27th of November. That was a preliminary hearing.
Just to hold you there then. So it was listed for a preliminary hearing on the 27th of November.
That's correct. Senior Member, I bring you to tab E of my submissions. That has a chronology of events. So if you go to page 104 of 164, you can see that
That's the 5th of December. Right. And just so I can follow this, Ms. Lee, was the application to extend time the same application to extend time and in relation to the same review decision.
Yes, that's correct, Senior Member. It's exactly the same, and the applicant has already raised all reviewable grounds in relation to that decision, and it was heard and decided by Senior Member Ransom. On 5th of December 2019, Senior Member Ransom dismissed the application to extend time and the application for administrative review of the decision of 4 July 2019. That case is at tab D of my submissions.
선생님, 무슨 소리인지 묻는다고 전해주세요.
최재희 씨, 여태까지 있었던 걸 쭉 순서적으로 지금 읽고 있어요. 몇 월 며칠 날 처음에 저쪽에 리스폰던트가 그 인터널 하고 난 다음에 그 결정 내린 디시전 내린 게 2019년 7월 4일이고 그 다음엔 어떤 시니어 멤버한테 가서 연장 허가가 났고 그 날짜 계속 언급하면서 여태 아무런 얘기도 다룬 건 없고요. 여태까지 있었던 걸 날짜만 다 짚고 서로 확인하고 있어요. 몇 월 며칠 날 무슨 일이 있었고 몇 월 며칠 날 무슨 일이 있었고 그 날짜만 짚고 있어요 지금. 아무것도 결정된 거 없어요.
All right. Look, I understand that now. Thank you, Ms. Choi, for your patience in sitting and listening to that. What I'd like to do now is to give Ms. Lee an opportunity to advance her submission, because before I come to the substance of your claim, now that I understand the grounds, before I come to the substance of it, I need to make sure that there is jurisdiction for me to do so. And I understand that's part of the preliminary matter that Ms. Lee wishes to raise. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, Senior
All right.
Member.
Ms. Choi, can you just sit?
무슨 말인지 모르겠어요.
Ms. Choi, can you just sit and wait and listen, please? And then after Ms. Lee makes her submission, I'll get you to provide a response.
일단 미슬리라는 분이 나름대로 자기 측의 변론을 할 테니까 잘 들어보시래요. 이제 어떤 사유로 재심 신청을
선생님이 적으세요 좀.
She's asking me to take notes.
Yep, we are. Don't you worry.
지금 적고 있어요. 근데 일단 저쪽에서 하는 이야기를 들어보시고 내가 그 최재희 씨의 변호사가 아니기 때문에 변호사 역할을 해줄 수는 없어요. 통역을 할 뿐이거든요. 잘 들어보시고 일단 이 시니어 멤버가 저쪽에 서브미션을 듣고 난 다음에 법으로 토대해서 법적으로 판단해 주실 수 있는 재량이 있는지 들어보시고 결정하시겠대요.
아, 그러니까 네, 선생님 저쪽 사람이 말할 때 좀 적어주세요. 그다음에 저한테 얘기하세요.
적고 있어요. 노트하고 있어요. She's asking me to take notes for the second time.
Thank you. Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Long, if you're still awake, I hope you are.
Yes, thank you.
Since this is part of your client's case, if there's anything you want to say in relation to these submissions, feel free after or during Ms. Lee's presentation. All right?
Thank you very much.
If Ms. Lee is going to read a very long submission, I'd like to have a copy in front of me.
Of course.
And the client is
Yes.
quite demanding.
I don't need Ms. Lee to read anything, but if you could just give me some highlighted points, but I appreciate, yes. So,
Senior Member, I'll speak slow and I'll pause between each sentence for the interpreter.
Let's give it a go then.
Yes. Senior Member, this application is a relitigation of the same decision of the Respondent dated 4 July 2019.
지금 2019년 7월 4일 날 리스폰던트가 내렸던 결정에 대한 재심을 신청해달라는 내용을 지금 다루고 있는 거예요.
This matter has been before the Tribunal on the 27th of November 2019 and orders were made by Senior Member Ransom on 5 December 2019.
그래서 2019년 11월 27일 날 그 시니어 멤버 랜섬 씨께서 내린 명령이 2019년 12월 5일 날 최종적으로 결정됐대요. 12월 5일.
So a copy of that judgment is at D of my submissions. Senior Member, I will not go into my written submissions today. However, I will just make my 4 points. Firstly, and this is a matter of clarification, the application seeks a review of a decision from 5 December 2019. The Respondent did not make nor notify the applicant of any reviewable decision that date.
I just didn't get it. So it's about the decision made on the 5th of December, but the Respondent
So the respondent did not make nor notify the applicant of a decision dated
It's not
5.
notified.
Wasn't notified of, yeah. They didn't tell her about it.
Okay.
There
so,
was no decision from 5 December
so
2019
no decision made. Okay.
from the respondent, yes.
그런데 그 리스폰던트 측은 12월 5일 날 아무런 결정도 내리지 않았대요. 이제 네 가지 포인트만 길게 얘기하지 않고 줄여서 저분이 얘기하시겠대요. 그때 랜슨이라는 분께서 내리셨던 판결문 자체는 그 첨부 서류로 여기다 포함을 시켰지만 그걸 읽을 것도 아니고 이제 뭐 긴 서미션이 있기 때문에 그걸 네 가지 포인트로 요약을 하겠는데 첫 번째 얘기할 것은
선생님, 하나만 더 여쭤볼게요.
And
12월 5일 날
Ms. Choi, remember I said to you, just wait and listen. What Ms. Lee means by that is no reviewable decision within the meaning of the legislation. Not that no one made a decision on that day.
그러니까 그날 결정을 내리지 않았다는 게 아니라 재심 가능한 재심의 대상이 될 수 있는 그런 내용이 없었다라는 결정을 내린 거래요. 그날 아무런 결정을 안 내렸다는 게 아니라 재심 대상이 안 된다고 결정을 내렸다고요.
Let's go to point 2.
예.
Secondly, senior member, if this is a review of the respondent's notice of decision dated 4 July 2019, the tribunal's jurisdiction is spent.
그러니까 12월 5일 날 이미 리스폰던트 측에서는 재심 대상 결정을 재심이 될 만한 그런 포인트가 없다라고 내린 걸 또다시 재심해 주기를 원하는 거라면 아무런 그 이유가 없다고 본대요. 이 트라이뷰널을 할 이유가 없다고 본대요.
The
Senior member Gracie, can I ask you one question?
No, not just yet. Let me just hear what Ms. Lee is saying. And when you say spent by reason of?
The tribunal has already made a decision based on the respondent's reviewable decision of 4 July 2019.
That's Senior Member Ransom's.
Senior Member Ransom, on all reviewable grounds. The decision of the respondent was to refuse access to some information and to impose a processing charge. Senior Member, if you look at paragraph 21 of my written submissions, there are a few paragraphs from the applicant's submissions in the original proceedings.
I think I'm completely lost.
So sorry. So sorry.
I think maybe I'll do this. Ms. Choi, Ms. Lee pointed me to a paragraph in her submissions, which we'll look at now.
지금 그 미스 리라는 분이 본인이 제출한 그 문서로 대한 그 변론 내용 중에서 특정 단락을 좀 멤버께서 보아주십사 하고 요청을 했어요.
Paragraph 21.
And that is paragraph 21, if you have it there, Ms. Choi.
지금 본인도 그 문서 갖고 계시면 21번 단락을 좀 한번 가보세요. 21번째 패러그래프 보시면 지금 얘기하는 내용이 거기 나와 있어요.
Round 2.
Yes, I won't read the what has already been raised.
Okay. Round 3, or point 3, I should say for you.
Point 3, senior member, is that the proceedings are misconceived and lacking in substance and should be dismissed under section 55(1)(b) of the NCAT Act.
그래서 저 변호사 의견은 NCAT 법의 무슨 55조 1B항에 의거해서 지금 최재희 씨가 원하는 재심 신청을 원하는 것이 법상으로 봐서 아무런 근거가 없대요. 내용이. 그래서 재심 가능하지 않다고 본대요. 저쪽에서는.
And Ms. Lee, the fourth point?
The fourth point is really should the tribunal find contrary in relation to the jurisdiction issue. The respondent also submits that there is no reason for delay.
만약에 그 트라이뷰널 측에서 그래도 법적으로 아무런 그런 근거가 없는데도 트라이뷰널 측에서 그래도 그 법과 반해서 어떤 특정 결정을 만약에 내리는 경우가 발생을 한다면은 Respondent 측에서는 Respondent is what was that about the delay?
There is no reason for delay.
연기할 아무런 이유가 없다고 본대요. Respondent 측에서는.
Right, Ms. Choi, what I want to do now is to just ask you a couple of matters to make sure that you're familiar with what Ms. Lee has just submitted.
지금 본인이 최재희 씨가 미스 리 측에서 본인한테 넘겨준 그 문서화된 서미션 내용을 얼마나 잘 이해하고 있는지 한번 확인해 보기 위해서 시니어 멤버가 최재희 씨한테 몇 가지 질문을 하겠대요.
Now, the first point that Ms. Lee makes, which seems to have some force, is that there was no reviewable decision on the 5th of December 2019, in that it was not a decision of the respondent, but a decision of the tribunal.
12월 5일 날 내려진 재심할 만한 대상이 되는 결정이 없어 보인다. 그런 결정은 Respondent 측에서 내린 게 아니라 이 Tribunal 측에서 내린 결정이에요. 첫 번째로 그게
No, I just want to know whether or not you understand that to be correct.
그게 사실인지 아닌지 본인이 잘 이해를 하셨나 그것만 답해 주시래요.
그럼 이따가 제가 반론할 기회를 주실 건가 물어봐주세요.
Senior member, are you going to give me a time later on to speak then?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know firstly, this is what we're doing now. I want to know firstly, do you understand that that is what's being said against your application?
본인이 신청한 거에 대해서 미스리 측의 답변은 일단 2019년 12월 5일 날 그 재심 가능한 그 대상 재심 가능이 될 만한 점이 전혀 없어 보인다고 내려진 결정은 Respondent 측이 내린 결정이 아니라 Tribunal이 내린 결정이었다. 그 점을 이해하시는 거예요? 그것만 답해 보세요.
저는 그거 반대라고 object.
She says I object.
Yeah, but do you understand that that is what's being said? I just need to know that.
그런데 거기에 그렇게 서류에 써 있는 걸 이해는 하셨어요? 미스리 쪽의 주장은 이 디파트먼트 쪽의 주장은 그거라는 거.
나 object 하지만 그녀가 얘기했다는 건 이해했다 지금.
I understand what's written, but I object to what.
I understand. And now here's your chance to tell me why.
왜요?
How? Sorry.
So can she speak now?
왜요? 왜냐면은 보세요.
I want you.
Senior member Gracie, can you see the table, the mark가 2019년 3월 내린 오리지널 Respondent이 오리지널 디시전을 봐달라고
Could you
전해주세요.
please have a senior member look at the original decision made by the respondent, made on the in March 2019?
I will, but first I want to deal with this issue. And as I said before, we have to have some order to this so that it doesn't descend into too much farce. I want to know whether or not you understand, and I think you do, that the argument put by the respondent against your application is that it was not a review. The decision of 5 December 2019 by Senior Member Ransom was not a reviewable decision under the GIPA Act because it was a decision by this tribunal.
What's that GIPA Act?
GIPA.
본인이 일단 잘 먼저 이해를 하셨는지 그것부터 다시 한번 확인하세요. 자꾸 질문하시거나 지금 이 한 첫 번째 포인트로 물어보고 있는데 다른 말을 자꾸 하시면은 순서가 자꾸 어긋나잖아요. 그러니까 respondent 측
그녀가 말은 그녀의 틀린 주장을 이해했다고 전해주세요. 그녀의 틀린 주장을.
I fully understood what she said, but I know that it's wrong.
Okay, that's fine. That is what I need to know, that you understand it. If you understand it, I can then go to the next stage of asking you something. So just please wait.
기다리시래요. 일단 이해를 했나 안 했나 그걸 먼저 확인하고 싶었던 거니까 이해하셨으면 그 다음번 말씀하실 때까지 무슨 이야기인지 잘 들어보시래요.
All right. Can you tell me, as succinctly as you can, please, Ms. Choi, how do you say that it is a reviewable decision within the meaning of those words in the GIPA Act?
그런데 그럼 지금 기회를 드릴 테니까 설명해 보시래요. 본인 의견으로는 똑똑히 듣는 사람이 잘 이해를 할 수 있게끔 똑똑히 설명을 한번 해보세요. 어떻게 본인 생각에는 그게 재심 대상이 되는 결정이라고 생각을 하는지 기파라는 그 기파법에 의거해서 어찌해서 그것이 재심 가능한 결정인지 설명해 보시래요.
네, 그 이유는요. 2019년 12월 5일에 돼서야 제가 정보를 받았다고 전해주세요.
That is because I only received information on the 5th of December 2019.
And
그 정보를 받기 전에는 내가 어떻게 아무 노티스 오브 디시전이 리뷰어블인지는 알 수가 없었다고.
Before receiving that information, I couldn't, or nobody could have, been able to understand that the respondents, no, 아무도 respondent 측의 notice of decision이 whether it's reviewable or not about the notice of decision by the respondent.
네, 그리고 또 하나는 시니어 멤버 랜섬이
Because the information came too late, that's why I couldn't understand. 예, 다시 말씀해 보세요.
시니어 멤버 랜섬이 결정한 디시전을 자꾸 언급하는데 그것은 돈 $155에 대한 리뷰라고 전해주세요.
155불에 대한 뭐라고요?
리뷰.
You keep talking about the decision made by senior member Ranson, but that was only about the $150 payment.
That's right, but it's what I want to talk about now. I want to discuss that because that is one of the grounds relied upon by the respondent to reject the application that you've made.
그게 그 respondent 측에서 본인이 내놓은 접수시킨 그 애플리케이션을 그 반대한 이유 중에 하나가 그거래요, respondent 측에서. 그래서 그 155불에 관한 그 시니어 멤버 랜슨의 결정에 대한 이야기도 지금 하려고 한대요.
All right. Having heard that, then Ms. Lee, there's probably nothing further you wish to add.
Nothing further, senior member.
Your first submission is that it's not a reviewable decision within the meaning of Part 5.
Yes, that's correct.
80 of the.
Of the GIPA Act. Yes.
Senior member Gracie, I want to ask you one question. Okay, imagine if 내가 만약에 그러면은 지난번에 애플리케이션을 155불에 대한 애플리케이션을 내지 않았으면은 그러면 지금 리뷰 애플리케이션은 가능한 거냐고 물어봐 주세요.
다시 말씀해 보세요. 무슨 말인지 제가 못 알아듣겠어요.
그러니까 내가 지난번에 예전에 낸 리뷰 애플리케이션 155불에 대한 애플리케이션을 자꾸 언급하는데
네.
155불에 대한 리뷰 애플리케이션 지난번 걸 안 냈으면은
네.
지금 리뷰는 그러면 말이 되는 거냐? 주어비션이 있는 건지 한번 물어봐 주세요.
So everybody keeps mentioning about the review application that I handed in about that $155. But if I hadn't done it, then we all could have been able to talk about other grounds that I included in my application. Is that the story, senior member?
All right. I'm not going to answer that because firstly, I don't really understand it, but secondly, I'm not here to answer questions. What I do want to ask you, though, Ms. Choi, is in relation to the second ground that's referred to by Ms. Lee, and I think that was to do with the fact that, and you've mentioned this many times, that you want to talk about the decision of the 4th of July 2019, which was a reviewable decision. All right?
지금 두 번째 사유로 넘어가 보겠어요. 본인은 자꾸 극구 주장하는 바가, 그러니까 자꾸 질문을 하시면 곤란하고 여기 시니어 멤버가 앉아서 상대방이 질문을 받기 위해서 하는 게 오늘 이 자리가 아니기 때문에 본인이 질문하는 거에 대한 답은 할 수는 없고, 본인이 그럼 두 번째 사유로 넘어가 보겠는데, 그럼 본인은 그 신청서에 포함시키기를 2019년 7월 4일 내렸던 결정이 재심 가능 대상이 되는 결정이라고 주장하시는 겁니까?
Okay, that's the reviewable decision that you're talking about, isn't it?
그런 거예요? 재심 가능한 결정이라고 생각하시는 거예요? 그 7월 4일 결정이?
그러니까 선생님 이거를 말해주세요. 7월 4일 결정은 7월 4일 결정이 12월 5일 결정과 연결이 됐다고 전해주세요.
The decision made on the 4th of July, it's directly related to the decision made on the 5th of December.
I think that is correct.
그래요.
네, 맞아요. 그렇기 때문에 단독적으로 7월 4일날 결정에 대해서 그것은 노티스 오브 디시전으로서의 완벽한 진행을 하지 않는다고 전해주세요.
So that's the reason why the decision made on the 4th of July cannot be considered as the complete notice of decision.
I understand what you're saying there, but hang on, Ms. Choi, hang on. You've just said quite a bit. I want to just see if this is how you understand the position. What you're saying is that on the 5th of December 2019, Senior Member Ransom made a decision that was part and parcel of what you say is the decision of the 4th of July.
그럼 본인 말씀은 2019년 12월 5일 날 시니어 멤버 랜선 씨가 내리신 결정이 대략 그 내용상으로 봐서는 2019년 7월 4일 내린 결정하고 같은 거란 얘기신 거예요?
아니요, 같지 않죠. 오직 그 한 부분에 돈에 관한 거라고 얘기했어요. 한 부분 돈.
예?
돈.
No, I can't say they are identical. 뭐가 돈에 관한 거라고요? But it is about money. 뭐가 돈에 관한 거?
시니어 멤버 랜섬의 decision은 is about the
Decision made by the senior member ransom, it's fully about money.
Yes. That decision is related to the original decision March year 2019. So I table. 그러니까 테이블한 거를 그 마치 노티스 decision을 보면 더 클리어하게 이해할 수 있다고 전해주세요.
I created a table so that the senior member could understand what I'm trying to say better. And if you look at the March decision made, notice made in March 2019, then you can understand.
That's the 27 March 2019 first notice of decision.
그 first notice of decision 말씀하시는 거예요? 3월 27일자? Yes. I emailed it to you.
Thank you. And so what you're really saying is that the decision of the 5th of December was related to the decision of the 4th of July, but it was more about money.
그러니까 12월 5일 날 내렸던 결정이 7월 4일 내렸던 결정하고 관련이 있기는 있지만 그래도 주로 돈에 관한 것이다. 이런 얘기예요?
그렇죠. 왜냐하면
Yes, definitely.
7월 4일 4th of July decision is a review decision about the original decision March notice of decision. In March notice of decision the response $155. But however, the Mr. Chu in the respondent said she wouldn't charge me $155 in the email. 그런데 however, the respondent charged over fee $155. That is about the March notice of decision. So I asked the information of privacy commissioner the review. I requested the information of Office of Information Privacy, and then they reviewed that is reviewed, and then the respondent released the July notice of decision. Authorities, I have to pay $155. But I said I don't want to pay $155. It is too much. But senior member ransom said I have to pay. You pay. So I paid $155 on 5th of December. So that's why the respondent released the information, 849 pages. But I'm not happy with the 849 pages. That's why the second review application is about the information released. But this is the result. This is the page from the result. 모르겠다. 선생님 하여간에 중요한 거는 처음 결정은 155불이고 지금 결정은 완성된 노티스 오브 디시전의 리뷰 애플리케이션이라고 전해주세요. 이건 너무너무 당연한 얘기라고 저는 있어요.
The first application was about money, $155.
Choi, Miss Choi, wait, because I can't hear your interpretation of it, or the interpretation of it, of your comments. Sorry.
지금 말씀하신 게 본인이 나름대로 해석한 걸 이해하고 있는 바를 얘기하시는 거예요, 영어로?
아니요, 내가 주장하는 걸 얘기하는 건데요.
I rather, what I said so far in English is what I maintain.
Thank you.
My point.
무슨 말인지 아셨는지 좀 전해주시겠어요? 무슨
Did you
말인지
understand what I just said, senior member, please?
I understand that you said that the same thing's being said, but I didn't know what you said in your long comment, which hasn't been interpreted because you cut across the top of it.
The last bit that she said in Korean was, the first application, review application was, yes, it was about that $155, but my second review application is about the full notice of, reviewing the full notice of decision. That is my second application. That is what it's about.
Thank you. And Ms. Choi, I just want to then put the next and the third proposition put to you that's put by the respondent, by the department, and is that it's more of a legal argument, so it may present some difficulty in you responding to it, but really what it says is that your application is so wrong and confused that it can't be dealt with and should be struck out.
세 번째 포인트는 이제 법적인 논쟁에 관한 거예요. 법상으로, 법의 눈으로 봤을 때 이것이 조리 있게 재심 대상이 될 만한 포인트를 이야기하고 있는가 하는 그걸 지금 저쪽에서 얘기하는 건데, 본인이 애플리케이션에 쓴 내용이 좀 틀리고 너무 이해를 할 수 없는 혼란스러운 그런 식으로 작성이 되어 있어서 처리할 수가 없다. 처리하기가 곤란해서 기각시키겠다. 이렇게 주장하고 있대요.
네, 걱정하지 말라고 전해주세요. 제가 요목조목 한 페이지당 3페이지당 모든 것을 제가 요목조목 말할 수 있다고.
They don't have to worry about it. I can explain page by page what I wrote there.
Thank you.
I can explain.
And
그러나 지금 근데 내가 지금 in my situation in the preliminary hearing에서는 내가 오직 그 네 가지만 얘기한 것 뿐이지 엄청나게 지금 많은 거를.
Since it is a preliminary hearing, I only mentioned 4 things, 4 grounds, but then I have much, much more to say.
of course, I understand that. And that's what the respondent's saying, that they do not want to give you the chance to do that because they say that it is